Hello and welcome back. This is Arathok with the presentation of a potentially very nice mod. So let's start. This is for the coffee mod. So the coffee mod basically adds to the game coffee beans, which you can grind up and then blend them. So adds a new blender, adds a new plant that you can see. So we have different growth stages. Looks like this. This is when the plant is ripe. So you have to water the plant in between, but I'll show you that later in a live demonstration. And when it's ripe, you can actually harvest the coffee cherries and then in turn turn them back into beans. And if you wait too long, this plant will just wilt and you get nothing. So yeah, and how to make the coffee? Well, to make actually coffee, which I store in a bucket because that's how much coffee you need today, right? You have to put well, uh, you have to put a coffee mix into the boiler and heat that up. But let's just do it. So how do you get coffee beans in the first place? Well, you get them in a configurable chance while foraging any tiles that you can forage on except rock tiles. So let's just go away and forage a little bit. Found a potato there. This is picked clean. Now this is random, so you see, you also find a coffee bean. It tells you in your log. My farming is not too high. That's why I want to kind of get at least 3 or 4 of those. Well, so how many coffee beans do I have now? I have 6. Good. So go back and then I have my live planter here. So coffee is a kind of finicky plant, so you have to have hive farming to actually handle coffee. The minimum required skill is 35 farming, so you farmers out there, finally something for you to do with your skill. So let's try and plant the coffee. Yeah, I made a mistake. Did not survive. Okay. There you go. Have a little plant and it says, hey, you should water it so it can grow. The time it takes for the plant to grow is also fully configurable. So I have it set it to 10 seconds right now, so you can see what happens. So at the moment it says young. I watered the plant. And so for the first 3 days, nothing happens. But if you try to water it earlier than your set time, it just says it doesn't need water. So just check on your plant. Okay. So we watered 2 times now. So the plant is now in growth stage number 2. And on the next growth stage, it should grow up. Of course, after growing, right? So you have watering and growing. Okay, it grew up. And, well, on we go. So for the coffee to be ripe, it takes 8 growth steps. So if you set it to 1 day, it will take 8 days for the coffee plant to be ripe. And you can water it once per time unit that you have set. Oh, yeah, my water's empty. Okay, no problem. Let's just summon a little bit of water out of the air. Just regular old water. Okay, grew up one more. Also, my thanks here to the modding community who helped me very much with this little model here, which was misbehaving in multiple ways, like being invisible from below. So yeah. No, 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 no. Harvesting too early is entirely possible, and depending on the growth stage, you might get a bean back or maybe not. So, take care. Excuse me. I don't know if I lost count here. I might just check with the wand here. Yep, it's just stage 7. Okay, now you see the model a little bit shifting over, but normally it doesn't take 10 seconds. I could make a new model for that, but let's just keep it at that for time being. Maybe version 1.01. So the chance to harvest a coffee bean is 60% on the median. So if you have like 50 farming, it's a little bit lower. So if you have 35 where you can plant the coffee, it's about 35%. Okay, I found a bean, but it's not suited for further processing. I found a good bean. Found another good bean. And I completely harvested it. So yeah, this is farming and harvesting the coffee plant. So now we can use a coffee bean and a grindstone. You see here also quality depends on your farming, on your maximum farming skill. And then I put a grindstone. Well, I've got 19% chance, so maybe I should take a little bit better quality one. Yeah. Okay. So I got now ground coffee here, which is this nice powder. And I can combine that together with a little bit of water. If I can find my buckets. Oh, there. Pour that coffee on the ground. Okay, and then I combine that with water and, well, my skill is not high enough. Coffee mix. Ah, it's beverages. So, while the farmer can make the beans, only a skilled beverage maker can actually make the coffee. Kind of a barista. So let's give me 50. The minimum difficulty is 35 again. Okay, let me just do it inside my bucket then. No, thank you. All right, and then we have our coffee mix here, which now lost severely on quality. But anyway, you make your coffee mix. You put that into the boiler of your still. And then give it some time, and over time it will turn into that tasty coffee transported in a bucket. Alright, so what does coffee do actually? So let me fly over here to my infinite clay supply. Alright, let's dig normally and look at the skill gain. So let's say shovel increased by 0.336 and another time. Now this time it didn't increase anymore because now it's at 20. Okay, then let's say it's digging. Digging is 0.05 through 3, right? Now I activate my sleep bonus. Dig one more, and you see now it increased twice the amount. So it's not 531, it's 10. Ah, and also my coffee's done. It increased by basically by double the amount. That is what sleep bonus does, right? Okay, so now let's see. This coffee is actually really hot. I don't know if I can drink it, but let's see. Yeah, okay. What did that do? So if you go into spell effects, you find out that you are caffeinated. But as we live in a modern society, that's not enough. Okay. So this effect lasts 5 minutes and will get refilled every time you take a sip of your coffee. And yeah, what does it do? Let's get shoveling again. Oh, right. The inventory of a GM character. Destroy the clay. And now let's take a look at our digging. It now raised by 0.2. Earlier it only was raising by 0.15 and now it's 0.21, so exactly double. So I guess you know what that means. The coffee actually doubles the effects of sleep bonus, but it also only works if you're using your sleep bonus. So if I dig again without sleep bonus, we're back to 0.05. So even though I'm caffeinated, it only helps me learning better when I'm also well rested, so to say. So after a good night's sleep, get some coffee in, and then go working. Yeah, so this is what the mod does. Adds a little bit of usefulness to the farming skill line, makes it useful to specialize in farming. You get a few nice more models, and you get a nice new beverage, and now you can become a barista. Okay, so that has been it. And keep on warming.